Teaching those kids at Montclair Elementary was one of those experiences that I'm never going to forget for the rest of my life. I taught them how to make a mitten out of construction paper. I showed them how to trace a stencil and cut it out, and yes, some were a lot better than others. And then I gave them one rule. I said, I want you to decorate this mitten with as many colors and as many patterns as you'd like. And you should have seen the expression on their face when I said that. You would have thought I said that we're all going to Disney World. They were that excited to make art. That was the exact moment that I realized how important this type of learning is. Now, I'm not talking about conjugating verbs or memorizing times tables or solving equations, all things associated with the left side of my brain. I'm talking about creativity, holistic thinking, and problem solving, all things associated with the right side of my brain. I used to be just like those kids. I can remember in elementary school, I loved going to music class. We would get to learn new songs and play the percussion instruments, and I loved doing that. Then I remember in middle school going to photography class. We would go around campus with our old school cameras that had actual film in it, and we would go take pictures and then go develop them in the darkroom. So when I finally reached high school, imagine how shocked I was that none of those classes were on the requirements list. This is what is required for a high school student to graduate today. Can you see anything that's missing? All those classes that help me balance my education aren't up on that screen. So I told myself, if I'm not intentional in choosing the right classes to balance my education, I don't think I'm going to be adequately preparing myself for the job that I'm going to hold in the future. So my big question to you is, why hasn't our school system not focused on this very important aspect of our development? But let me clear something up. It's not that there aren't enough right-brained abilities classes in our school system, it's that these classes aren't required. I am so passionate about this subject that I did my entire senior exit project on it. I studied the man, Daniel Pink, who I'm sure you guys know who that is, and he wrote a book called A Whole New Mind. And in that book, he talks about the skills and abilities needed for our jobs in the future. And he said some pretty amazing words that I want to share with you. He said, half a mind is not enough. And what I think that means is, our school system does a great job of teaching us how to use our left brains, but that's only half our mind. If we're going to be successful, we got to have that right brain to combine with it. Some of the left brain abilities that we have can be automated. We've written a program or designed a machine that can replace this skill set. Have you ever heard of the phrase, there's an app for that? Well, there's an app for that. It's not enough just to have strong left brain abilities, because the jobs of our future are going to require both. So knowing all of that, this is what I did. I took some visual arts classes. In those classes, it's really taught me how to think and see things completely different. I've also taken classes that involve design. Those classes have taught me how to take things that might not go together, but put them together in a really innovative way. That's called holistic thinking. I also took some classes about leadership. The leadership classes have taught me how to be self-aware and know how I think and operate in a bunch of different situations. When I look back on my high school career, I'm really appreciative of the opportunity that I took advantage of. But if I didn't have the support of my family and some really important teachers in my life, I could have completely missed it. The development of our left and right brain abilities is way too important to let it happen by chance. We have to have some additional requirements in our school system, or else a student might do every single thing that is required right now, but that might not be enough. Consider this. It's highly likely that the job of our future is going to require both the left and right brain abilities, and that job might not even exist today. But to be successful, we're going to need two things. First, we need a balanced education. We need to put as much importance on the right brain learning as we do in the left brain learning. We also need some support. You've heard about a lot of different organizations that are giving kids the opportunities right now. But I'm unaware of any organizations out there that are giving the kids the opportunity to develop their whole mind. But if you are out there, I'd love for you to speak up a little louder, because even a student listening for you can't hear you. If we have balance and support in our school system, I think we're going to produce success. Remember those kids from Montclair Elementary? They are me 12 years ago. But I'm afraid if our school system doesn't step up to the plate and the community gives us some support and organizations, that these kids might graduate to be prepared for your past, but not for our future.